All right, let's hop on in here. Howdy, y'all. Welcome back to another stream. This is it. This is the last one. This is gonna be the end of Free Booth Guy. So yeah, that's kind of the plan for today. Just kind of say a quick and somewhat brief farewell. After this, I will be going dark for most of next week until the debut. So yeah, that's exciting. So keep an eye out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I got to do a little bit of finishing up. I mean, it's gonna be chill. You won't have to worry too much about, too much changing or anything along those lines. But yeah, it's mostly just so I can start streaming with the new model again. So outside of that, yeah, we're gonna, as you can see, I am once again in Zadnor. Here we are. But yeah, it's gonna be a busy time. I've got to finish making the intro slides and all of that. They're not gonna be super fancy or anything along those lines, but yeah, at least a nice little reintroduction, since I have never actually done like a proper debut. So this will be a chance to, even if you've been a long time viewer, to get an idea of what we do here on the channel and have a good time, and kind of introduce new viewers to what exactly we do here. And then after that, we're off to Dawn Trail. So yeah, it's gonna be a busy week, but I want to get this done before the expansion release. And sure enough, so that being said, howdy y'all. It's time, isn't it? Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna take a few days. I'm gonna be redoing most of the YouTube channel. I've got to redo some links, remake some thumbnails. It's a lot. There's a lot going on, so that's why we're going dark for a couple of days, so I can get some of that stuff done, in addition to all of the the usual things like the PowerPoint and all of that. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of rebranding and that kind of thing. So you don't really realize how many like thumbnails and stuff add up over time until you're actually in it. And yeah, it's not a small amount by any means. Most of them aren't going to be too bad because I don't have like my name on most of them, but some of them we do, like things like these Final Fantasy XIV ones, especially my bumpers, like my end screen and all of that. So yeah, we're gonna have to redo a lot of that. And sure enough, and obviously I gotta get into VTube Studio and make some funny PogChamp faces, I guess, to make some new thumbnails. But I'm not gonna complain about it too much, because that's kind of the whole reason we have a new model to begin with, right? That being said, Dawn Trail is on the way. I figured that'll be a nice way to kind of kick things off, being as deep into the FF14 well as we've been over the past few years. Obviously, I think that is kind of where most people found me, and it's still my home game, so it'll be a nice way to kind of reintroduce everyone. We'll still be doing other stuff. We'll still be doing the FF playthroughs. We'll still be doing some more Horizon, some other games down the pipeline, but yeah, FF14 just kind of seems like an appropriate way to do it, and obviously I'm not going to skip out on that. It'll be a little weird with the schedule. We're going to be busy the next couple of weeks with actual job stuff. I'm trying to find some people to take some shifts, but so far no luck. So we'll just kind of make do as we can. So might be some kind of weird hours. I'm thinking we're going to hold off on doing the MSQ until I have like a couple of days in a row that we can do it. And obviously let people who did not buy early access get a chance to kind of get in and do it. But we're going to be probably leveling up some Pictomancer, doing some of the side stuff. Yeah, we'll have plenty of content to do either way, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. All right. But until then, it's Baja. There's obviously no way that I'm going to be able to get to level 80 on my warrior before we actually get there. But that's fine. The Amaro mount's not going anywhere. We'll still be doing... there we go. We will still be doing Red Mage for all of the main content, so don't worry if you are the Red Mage viewers. We'll still be doing our normal thing. Apparently the Savages aren't going to start for like a month. So we've got plenty of time to get in on that. Go. Yeah, I'm a warrior. I'm not super worried about it. I don't even know if I'm the one being aimed at here. It's cool. We'll be fine. All right, let's move on over here. We'll have barely enough coverage here if I remember right. Kind of tricky, ain't it? You know, that's kind of the downside of doing this early in the morning. I've got to work this afternoon, so I wanted to try fitting in this last stream, but unfortunately, it means there's not going to be as many people here to help us out. But we'll make do. I think we'll be fine. Okay. But, you know, that being said, you know, it's exciting that we're gonna be doing the new model and all of that. I'm excited for the content. I'm excited to get this thing done, reintroduce myself. Here we go. Is it time? Yeah, it's gonna be an era though. No more free booth guy. Whoever thought the day would come. But I'm really just kind of happy to show off the work of my mama, who I think is sadly not very well known, you know. So hopefully this will help her out quite a bit. I think she did a fantastic job with the artwork, so yeah, I'm excited for y'all to see it. Okay. Now, with the FF14 news, if I remember correctly, I think some people have actually started getting their codes. So make sure that you're checking your email and everything. I did not see it on Steam a little bit earlier. So Steam, I feel like they always do that last with us. We'll get it eventually. Here we go. But it's usually not until like day of. But if you pre-ordered another way, if I remember correctly, there have been some people in Discord talking about how they have actually gotten their codes already. You can go ahead and activate those. Now, this is different than the pre-order codes. This is the actual game code, particularly if you bought the collector's edition. So you can go ahead and get all of that stuff put in. That way it'll be ready and waiting for you when the early access hits. If you put in the pre-order code, if you did do the pre-order stuff and got your earrings and all of that, as far as I remember, it's been a couple years, but I think that automatically, like, you'll have early access when that comes. I think it's mostly the collector's edition and the actual game codes, but you should be okay. You have like a week or something like that to actually put it in. So yeah, keep an eye out, you know, as the day draws near. I'm getting more and more hyped for it. I just really cannot wait for Dawn Trail. I'm ready to get in here. I'm ready for the graphical updates. I'm ready to see the new world, see the new content, try out Pictomancer. It's a lot of stuff. Obviously with the MSQ and a new adventure, that's always fun. But stuff like the Pictomancer and some of the other things that they're adding are things that, I don't know, I've been really looking forward to for quite some time. I never thought we'd actually see Pictomancer in the game, and yet here we are, right? Okay. I think we just gotta kill the big one, right? The tamed Bandersnatch. I think that's the main one. Okay. The problem is, last time I did this on one of my other alt jobs, I accidentally entered the southern front first. So it's actually been a while since I've been in Zadnor, the one that you're actually supposed to go in. So, you know, bear with me while I try remembering some of the mechanics on some of this stuff. All right. Hey, nice. But yeah, the other reason that we're going dark for a couple of days, I don't know if you can tell, I don't know if I was just singing too loud or something yesterday, but my voice is starting to go out. So I need to give it a couple of days to see if I can get it patched up. Work is going to be really interesting tonight. I actually left a few minutes early yesterday from my shift because I literally could not talk. So I'm trying to like be chill and just kind of be calm. Use that lower register a little bit. So if it seems like there's a little bit more dead air than normal, that's why. I mean, you know me. I'm usually pretty chill anyways, but being this chill might be a little bit much. It might be a little almost too chill. Where we've crossed the threshold. And so yeah. Like, it's usually, oh, so that's what that mount looks like. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's one of the paid mounts, if I remember right. That's the newest paid mount. That's pretty sweet. I could see myself buying that if it's on sale. Yeah. I dig it. Let's, go back. Yeah, the problem here is that with so few people, we're not getting nearly as much of the CEs, and that's where the big XP is, right? I guess I should probably put on another squadron battle manual. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be fighting it. Thankfully, I mean, Saturdays are always kind of weird. Sometimes they get kind of busy, like right at the end, which I don't know why. Guys, don't be a customer that comes in half an hour before business closes. Like, that's not very chill of you. That's not very poggers of you, I guess. But most of the time, the evening shift is not too bad. So I'm kind of hoping that I'll be able to just kind of be chill, not have to really be super conversational tonight. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if it's just I need to stream more to kind of build up the vocal cords a little bit more than normal. I mean, we have been working pretty hard on getting this debut up and running, so I haven't been streaming as much the past month as normal, but I don't remember it ever being this bad. This is like the second time in 2 weeks that my voice has really been like this. So yeah, I'm kind of worried about it. I need a couple of days to just not talk. They told me yesterday, like, they're changing up some stuff. We've implemented a new system at work for some new shipping things, and my manager was like, yeah, we're gonna you know, give you guys a few extra hours every week, so you can get away from the cash wrap and out onto the floor. And I'm like, dude, like, you can't give me more hours every week. I'm straight up not available for more hours. So if they're gonna be trying to, you know, squeeze me up there into that 25-30 hour realm, like, I'm sorry, that's just, we gotta focus on here on the channel. But I think that's probably part of it. Is just, yeah, I've been working a lot more the past couple of weeks, and, you know, streaming is honestly not too bad. I can just kind of be chill here. I can kind of hang out. I don't have to be, like, I don't have to use a false register or anything like that. I can use a little bit more of my natural tone of voice, which doesn't strain it as much. But the retail stuff, you know, you got to put on that peppy voice, right? And it's just like, ready to be done with it. So hopefully, you know, with the debut and all of that, hopefully we can continue that build up to 1500 and beyond. Like I said, oh god, this is bad. Okay, there we go. Well, that wasn't as bad as I thought. I can handle it. Handle it before this CE pops off. But yeah, you know, I've said it before, but my bar is my bar is exceedingly low. It's not exactly like I need a whole lot. I mean, I only make 13 an hour. at my retail job. So it's like, I'm not really asking, not really looking for, you know, the big Mr. Beast money. Just a little bit will be able to help out, and I think we can do it here on the channel. So, you know, I think 1,500 is definitely achievable, but you know, we're gonna still try and aim for that 2,000 after that, right? And then kind of go from there. So sure enough, you know, like and subscribe, help us get up there. But until then, just look forward to the debut. Yeah, just have some fun with it. Come in, hang out. Okay. Let's go. Come on. Well, I guess I did join a little early, huh? All right. So I did start watching. I don't know. I've been on a kick lately. Like even like right before the stream started, I finally started watching Dominion Tank Police. It's only like it's like a 4-episode OVA or something like that. It's available on YouTube. Yeah, it's one of those series from my childhood that I always heard a lot about, but I never actually watched it. And yeah, I'm really liking it. I don't know, I'm just kind of on an 80s anime kick lately, so might break out the old Armitage the Third DVD at some point and rewatch that if I can find it. I'm not entirely sure where it's sitting these days. Probably sitting in a box somewhere. Okay, from when I moved. Okay, so this is gonna be a little tricky. I always remember this Hashmol being a little bit more difficult than the one that we all know and love from the Raid series, right? Oh yeah, I'm already forgetting my rotation too. I've worked so hard the past couple of times that I've streamed this to try and remember my rotation a little bit better, because I'm just not used to using my full rotation from doing MSQ roulettes and stuff, right? But like this guy, Storm's Eye, I keep forgetting it exists. So that's been a thing. Okay, so we got wind blowing this way. Guessing that means go over here. Okay. I genuinely do not remember any of this. There we go. That's not too bad. Oh, throwing a triple at us. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's all kind of moot. This is probably one of the last times I will even be playing a warrior for a while. You know, after this, it's all back to Red Mage. I'm excited. Yeah. Oh, well, there's... I spoke too soon. We'll wait. We've got a couple healers out here. We got that Red Mage. Oh. Yeah, I can definitely feel today's gonna be a rough day at work. Like, I slept pretty good last night. I was hoping that would heal me up. Yeah, it's I'm feeling it in the throat. So yeah. You know, I guess for being the last stream with Reboot Guy, I had hoped for it to be a little bit more enthusiastic. I mean, he served me well. I can't really complain. We've gotten a lot done with this model. Way more than I thought was possible when I first started streaming with it. I mean, you never really know how the VTuber thing is going to go, right? Especially doing the live cam streaming and stuff, but, you know, we managed to not lose a billion subs, so that's nice. But no, I mean, I feel like we put Free Booth Guy through the paces. So, You know, it's definitely served me well. Like I said when I first started it, you know, I did that intro with, you know, why I became a VTuber and all of that. You know, I'm very thankful for Traim Koubou, you know, who just put this up on Booth, and it's available for you guys too. Anyone can use it. It's not really it's not a unique model or anything like that, but somehow or another I've never really seen anyone else using it. It's kind of surprising to me, but you know, it was one of the best free models I saw on Booth, and one of the best models that I think I've seen since then too, other than a couple of free models that that my mama has made. So you'll see that in the future too. But yeah, you know, free Booth guys will always have a place here in our hearts. We can always maybe break it out again for old time's sake, for whatever reason. Okay. Wonder how many we need. I'm so used to needing like 18, but I feel like it's a little bit higher for the big for the big fates like this in Zadmore. So yeah, here we go. Yeah, if this model's still available up on Booth, I think it might be. It's been a while since I've checked. I did a little bit of searching when I was looking for artists for my new model, and I don't really recall seeing it on there. But you know, it's so tough to kind of sift through Booth nowadays. So it could have just been something that I lost in the shuffle at some point, because I can't remember if his name on Booth was Traim Koubou. Have to go back and double check. But yeah, you know, nowadays if you try searching for models and stuff, like it's a lot of AI and just garbage stuff, just very garbage, low effort stuff. That, you know, I'm definitely not going to support someone using AI and then charging like 15-20 bucks for a model. Like, yeah, it's easy. You know, it's easy money for them, and I guess it's easy money for you, but I can't support that. I got to support an actual artist, right? So yeah, it was tough to sift through, but you know, it's because of, you know, a few of those free models out there, like this one, that I was able to find my mama for the new artist. So for the new model, and then yeah, it's I think you guys are going to be really happy with it. But yeah, we can't forget everything this one's done for us. It's been, you know, a little over a year at this point, pretty much on the dot. We've done a lot of stuff with it here on the stream, off the stream. And yeah, it's had a good run. But it's time for bigger and better things, right? So I wanted to give it a proper send-off, but unfortunately I don't think the voice is going to handle it all that well, and I have a feeling I'm going to need to spend most of this week. I feel like I'm going to have to spend most of this week resting this voice to make sure we're going to make it on the debut. Gotta remember some of the old tricks that my mom had. She used to sing in high school, so like she would be one of the ones to come and sing like the national anthem and stuff for the school before basketball games and all that. She's always had some good advice for what happens when you start losing your voice, right? Okay. Go. I always forget that this uses the FF12 music. All right. Oh, there we go. All right. I'm slowly getting back. Slowly getting the rhythm of the full rotation out. It's just, you know, I always see people complaining about tanks that are under geared, and and that kind of thing when they hop into some of the higher end dungeons, and I'm like, come on, don't lie. We've all leveled up that one tank almost entirely through the MSQ, and you're just sitting on whatever tombstone gear that you had whenever you unlocked it. It just happens. And it's kind of the same way with the rotation. I just haven't really had much reason to learn it. I've been fighting Ultima repeatedly for the past several weeks. It's yeah, that's about as much effort as I have put into it. I gotta say, I do like them. I don't know if I like Warrior as much as Paladin. I do like playing Paladin quite a bit. I don't remember anything about Gunbreaker. That one just... Is Gunbreaker one of my 80s? Did I do that? I can't even remember which ones I've got. Somehow, against all odds, my Gunbreaker is level 80. I genuinely do not even remember doing that. It's just like a giant black box in my mind. But yeah, I guess that happened at some point. Okay. Where's the field notes guy? Can't remember. Is it the historian? I think it's the historian, right? Hey. Only the one. Yeah. Like I was saying, we're not getting any resistance recruitment. There's just not enough people in here. We're not clearing out a lot of fates. And it also could be one of those situations where maybe I entered a fresh instance or something. Would surprise me. Yeah. 10, 11 o'clock on a Saturday morning. Probably not exactly peak hours. But you know, sometimes you think, you hope with the expansion coming out very, very soon, you kind of have the little wishful thinking that maybe you'll run into a few more people than normal. Okay, I can't even do my saddlebag. That being said, I think I might actually hop out here and do an MSQ roulette. Mostly because the cutscenes will give my voice a rest for a second. I'm not as bad as Bibu. I don't know if you heard Bibu's I don't know, what is it, the Twitter space. Yeah, the spaces. Yeah, her voice is gone. There's no hope for the little rock. I'm sad I missed the debuts of the new ENs yesterday, but yeah, they seem all right. I tried to catch up a little bit this morning. Might do that before my shift. It's an afternoon shift, so I'll have plenty of time. But yeah, they seem pretty nice. We finally have a Brit in our space. And of course, you know, if they ever need an Ozarkian, by all means, I know a guy. But yeah, I didn't catch as much of Gigi, but I think she seemed kind of fun too. You know, it's kind of the same thing, and it'll probably be the same thing for new viewers coming to the channel on my model debut. You know, sometimes it takes a couple of streams to kind of get used to everyone, especially in HoloLive. You know, they're so big, and I think it's a combination of nerves and, you know, what a big company like HoloLive kind of expects for their talent, where it can get kind of, you know, it can be a little tricky for the streamer to really show off their personality in their debut. I mean, God, can you remember Amelia Watson's debut? Oh man, that was an experience, but obviously completely different than the Ame that we know and love today. I mean, Ame is one of my favorite streamers, but you know, I would not have said that if I was just basing it off of just the debut, right? There are very, very, very few VTubers that I think I just genuinely love just right off the bat, and that I know, like, yes, that's an instant sub. I mean, with HoloLive, I genuinely enjoy all of the Ians. and obviously we'll eventually subscribe to them. But you know, I let them get their breathing room and get into the rhythm of it, you know. But like Bay, I like Bay, that first stream, it was just like an instant subscribe. Bibu, of course, Bibu was another one. And then probably like my Oshi is Polka. Polka I knew right off the bat. Like there was just no question the moment she started. I knew I was gonna love Polka, and that continues to today. I will. She's the first merch that I have ever bought, and it's still a year off from getting here. But the Polka Nendoroid, I always said if I was ever gonna buy any Hollow merch, it was gonna be Polka related, and I was waiting for the Nendo. Here we go. But now that means now that I've bought my first merch, then there's nothing stopping me from getting others. Just got to worry about the shipping stuff. That's really been the holdup. I'm hoping with their new. I'm sorry, I don't know. It's just like a squad of motorcycles going by. I'm hoping with their new Ian stuff that's going on with the new offices and all that, they'll be able to partner with some Ian manufacturers to help with the shipping. And maybe produce some more stuff here a little bit closer to home. That way, you know, we don't spend more on the shipping than we do on the product, because there have been quite a few pieces of merch that I really wanted that was not able to get because of the shipping. I mean, even the last, not even Hollow, like the last round of vinyl EPs from Endwalker. You know, I've got that vinyl box set that I did the unboxing video of. And, you know, I really wanted to get the Endwalker one, but they weren't producing any of them here in the States like they did the last one. Last one, they had, I think, a manufacturer in California doing it. So, yeah, the shipping was as much as the EP. So it was like $70, $75 if I wanted to get it. So, yeah, I still don't have the Endwalker. The Endwalker one with the nice cover to go with my current collection. I'm really kind of sad about it. I really want to add it in there. So yeah, it's pretty rough. I completely understand. You know, this channel is still a very far ways off before doing merch. Sorry about the debut first, but you know, if we ever do get to the point of doing merch, you know, I think that's going to be a really big thing, is trying to make sure that anyone that does want to buy any Western related merchandise will be able to get it at a reasonable price. So yeah, but yeah, aside from that, you know, I'm excited. I'm gonna be missing the other two tonight, but I'll be watching the VODs. It's always an exciting time when there's a new generation. I know that they're kind of ramping down on them a little bit to focus on the talents that they have, but you know, EN is still kind of a growing market for them just in general. But and sure enough, there's a lot that they can do. So yeah, we'll have to welcome them to the old VTuber community with open arms. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, you know, I've been watching a couple of other things. It's really just been VTubers all the way down. But since Bridgerton ended, I've been watching that King of Collectibles about golden auctions. I didn't know about these guys. I'd never heard of them. Obviously, I'm not nearly rich enough to afford really anything that Golden Auctions ever puts up. But it was kind of interesting because I had heard about a show that focused on like nerdy memorabilia and stuff, and it turns out they're a little bit more sports, but they do have a couple clients that do focus on like video games and kind of nerdy pop culture stuff. It's been kind of interesting, but watching it has kind of given me some ideas for a couple things in the future. Just some of the old collectibles and stuff that I've had from over the years that you know, I've talked about a few times on the stream, but you know, maybe we'll get in here and kind of I'll showcase what they're all about, show you how they work, and maybe see if we can get other people interested in it, because some of them are really fun. Some of the old card games and stuff that you can't really find anymore. but we're actually kind of fun and very much a part of like late 90s, early 2000s anime culture and stuff. Yeah. Sunset Coast Studios. When was the last stream? When was the last stream? I've been trying to think of the name of that retailer that used to be in like every mall. It was like the only place to find anime back then. You guys remember me talking about this, right? It's been like 3 or 4 days. But yeah, it was Suncoast. Suncoast, yeah. That's the one. I don't know why I just suddenly remembered that. But yeah, that was like the only place to get like anime DVDs, or, well, back then it would have been VHS stuff, or like really anything that was imported from Japan. Like now it's a lot easier, you know. We have a lot of stuff at our bookstore that that is imported, right? But yeah, back then that was Suncoast. Sure enough. I genuinely have no idea why that just came to me. But there you have it. Okay. I gotta remember I'm like actually fighting a boss now. There we go. Turn it around, do it. Oh yeah, they got a monk. Gotta make sure that he's got his positionals ready. And pull him back a little bit more. There we go. Alright. Save the next round. Get our 2 minutes up. Little worrying that it's taking this long. I usually do not see another round of that go up into position here. All right. Well, we cut it close that one time, getting down to like the last second. We'll have to see how this goes. Like, I'm not super worried about getting to that part. I am worried about making sure that we can actually get through the ultimate cast. I have had it happen very, very rarely where a group is just too new or just not good enough at their rotations, I guess, to actually beat it, and we have had to redo the fight. It doesn't happen very often. I feel like it's tuned to a point nowadays where as long as one person knows what they're doing, they can get it done. But I have seen it. You know, I'm basically saying it's not impossible, right? The problem is I don't really know enough about either of their jobs to be able to tell you how to improve. And I don't like being that guy anyways, right? I don't want to be the one that's saying, actually, you need to be doing this. Right? You're playing the job wrong. That's not who I am. You guys know that. It's like the antithesis of everything that this channel stands for. But at the same time, it also means we might have to fight through an echo or two. We'll see. We'll wait and see. Not like I would probably be doing much better if I was playing Monk right now. Is that another one I gotta get up there? Oh, thank God, I do have Monk finished. Nice. Don't have to worry about that one ever again. I do wonder what the all level 100 item is gonna be. Like, I feel like the Amaro was really one of the best ones they've ever done for that. But yeah, Endwalker was just like a headband or something. It was honestly kind of disappointing after seeing the Amaro, right? Like, that was such a good reward. Okay, there we go. Back on track. Back on track. We got this. Alright, Ifrit, do your thing. But see, I feel like we got through the aerial blast okay, so, you know, might not be an issue in the long run. Okay. Here we go. How we doing? Okay, we'll go ahead and get that reset. I don't know what the general min-maxing is when it comes to Storm's Eye. Just use it when it hits like 30 seconds. Just keep it on refresh or what? Yeah, I just press my buttons. That's all I can do. Seems to have worked for me up to this point, right? All right. This one is nice because I can keep on burning him. I think it's, yeah. We should be fine. Now that everyone's a little warmed up, it seems like we're right on track, so shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, it's like, what, 18% or something like that, he transitions, or maybe it's even lower than that. Maybe it's 21. Not even going to worry about Storm's Eye at this point. We're close enough. Our summoner seems to get it. Oh, there we go. All right. So we're going to let Gaius talk about his devastation a little bit. Give me a second to rest my voice.
It is the blessing of light that confounds you.
This is Thancred.
Your foe acts under the protection of the crystal she bears.
I'm very excited to see these again with the new models, though. Not gonna lie. As much as we've looked at them over the years, I'm curious if it's really gonna pop. You know, if it'll give it a whole new sheen. Whoever thought we'd see the day? People tripping over themselves to run Ultima and Praetorium all over again. But you know it's gonna be a good expansion. I know some people I've seen, yeah, just some discussions online, who are kind of wary about the whole split story thing. Right? Like, they're super worried it's going to split the story and it's just going to be kind of like generic mishmash kind of thing. I don't think it's going to be split at all. I think it's very clearly leading into the next expansion after Dawn Trail. We got the mystery of Kryle's grandfather Galuf, who we know from FF5. I kept saying 4 for all of my past streams, but no, I forgot it's 5. Which, good luck everyone doing the 4-job fiesta, by the way. But yeah, I think it's very clearly that he's going to be involved with the later half of the story, and I think that is going to lead into the expansion after Dawn Trail. That's just my theory, anyways. But we'll have to wait and see. But I mean, to be fair, a lot of the people who are like really just kind of down on the Dawn Trail idea, it happens, believe it or not. I've seen it happen, but they really did not like Endwalker. Like, they hated Endwalker. And I'm like, Final Fantasy is not made for you, I guess. But there were also, it's usually people that are like, is so extremely online that everything is kind of painted through a very specific lens for them. Like, most of the people that I saw hated Endwalker was because of the Xenos fight at the very end. And the fact that Xenos saves you when fighting Insinger, right? Like, they hated Xenos too much. They hated him so much and thought it devalued their character or something like that. Like I said, the extremely online poisoned kind of brain, right? They got those worms. But But you know, I have seen some hesitation from other corners when it comes to the Dawn Trail, like the whole split story thing. I don't think it'll be quite what Stormblood was. So you know, we'll wait and see. But I think they've got a clear action plan, and the fact that they are being able to start their story from scratch without having the baseline of everything else from 1.0 still attached to it, I think is going to make a pretty big difference.
Oh, Heidelin, it seems the task of keeping your champion alive has exhausted what strength you had left.
It's true. I am very weak. I have very little strength.
The rest I leave to you.
I am always looking forward to nap time.
But first, I must deal with you. The question of who is mightier remains. Come, adventurer. Let us fight.
Oh yeah, they've got the AF gear. They're leveling monk. I feel that. I feel that. I've been there. I know that gear. Alright, well, now's the moment of truth. I think we'll be fine. But, all we can do is wait and see. Okay, one more of these. Two. All right. Oh. What happened to the monk? Did he get clipped by one of the lasers, maybe? All I can figure. Very rare I see anyone go down on this. Maybe they really are a sprout. You know? That's always a valid excuse. Yeah, I got a little sprout. Alright. Let's get them through this. Let's get them ready to go for Dawn Trail. Not that they're going to make it to Dawn Trail with so little time left, but you know, we gotta support their journey. It is always nice to see more sprouts. Ah, I didn't realize that it was already up to our 2 minutes. Yeah, so they probably don't realize their positionals and all of that with monks, so yeah, can't really blame them. Okay. Wonder how this sprout that was asking for the Gyashul greens is doing. I hope they're still enjoying their adventures around Eorzea, right? Yeah. Oh no, Nora, going over here. Oh. Yeah. They don't realize the laser. Okay. Okay. Everything else seems like they've got figured out. Yeah. You know, since the laser doesn't have the big orange line, I can kind of see some sprouts being a little confused by it. You know, when almost everything else in the game does, at least until a certain level, right? Like obviously a lot of the savages don't have the orange lines, but they've done a really big job of revamping so many of the old dungeons to include those markers that, yeah, I could kind of see people getting a little... Someone brand new to the game being a little confused by Citadel Buster there, right? Not expecting it. Go. Okay. Go ahead and refresh that. All right. Should be just in time for our 2-minute. Yeah, I don't know if it's Dawn Trail or what, but I feel like the past couple of weeks, I've seen quite a few more sprouts, which is always good. It's always tricky with expansions at a certain point because you never really know how many like new players are going to join the game, right? Like at a certain point, I think in a lot of MMOs, like the expansion becomes for the vets or to maybe bring people back to the game that have played it before. But in terms of entirely new players, it always feels like MMOs are really kind of fighting to bring people into it, right? But it is good that I have seen quite a few sprouts the past few weeks. And yeah, hopefully, you know, the word gets out about FF14, right? And people are interested. I mean, I feel like if you're a gamer, you kind of know about it at this point. But, you know, maybe in terms of actually giving it a shot, if you've never played it before. Like, there are so many, especially in the VTuber sphere. I saw Gigi plays a lot of it, too. So that's good. Here we go. Oh, I broke up the bunny. My bad. But yeah, you know, I saw Gigi, one of the new hollows, had that listed, which is always exciting and good to hear. So yeah, we'll have to see how things move along once Dawn Trail hits, and if it does bring some more actually like new players into it as opposed to just vets and returning players, right? So we'll see if the graphical updates maybe change a little bit. I feel like they would be doing themselves a big favor if they could just revamp the Lodestone and the online store. It's such a bad storefront, even to this day. So hard to navigate, and it's like 5 different websites you got to sign up for. They really need to get that revamped. I thought Yoshi P said that they were working on it, but I could have been making that up in a fugue state at some point. All right. Well, I think this is going to be it. My voice cannot take much more, especially if I got to do an evening shift tonight. But yeah, you know, we're going to be dark for a couple of days, and we should be on track for the 27th. I have not decided on the time yet, so I will probably put it up tomorrow. Try and look at my schedule, see what's going to work in terms of like me actually being awake, right? And yeah, we are aiming for the 27th during the FF14 downtime to do our debut. Don't be surprised. You know, a lot of the links, my handle is going to change. Quite a few of the links are going to change. So if you're already subscribed, shouldn't affect anything. Just look for my new model. The new artwork is already available and is my current profile picture and everything on Twitter and Blue Sky. So yeah, that's not too big of an issue. But yeah, it's look for Weston Asher. We're gonna be changing it up a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna spend a couple of days, finish up the introduction and PowerPoint and all of that. It'll probably have most of the same bumpers that you're used to. I wouldn't worry too much about it. But I do want to make sure that we have like our info slides and all that ready to go. And then yeah, it's just gonna be going through and remaking thumbnails and getting refreshed on the channel. So just look forward to it. And then yeah, after that it'll be Dawn Trail. So yay. Well, take care, everybody. You know, say one last goodbye to Free Booth Guy. He's had a very, very good run. It's been a year with this model. Thank you again to Traim Koubou for making it available to those of us that were just trying to start out as VTubers and didn't really know what we were doing, because this has definitely served me well. But yeah, the next time everyone sees me here, it will be with the Weston 2.0 model. and please look forward to it. I'm very excited to show it off. All right, take care, everybody. Bye bye.